What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and today we got to discuss some crazy stuff. Getting arrested for making YouTube videos. What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. Believe me, this is something that I did not expect to talk about. And, you know, we all kind of take breaks on YouTube at one point or another. Yep, there's the triangle of something else is broken. We all take breaks on YouTube at some point or another. Usually a lot of people do it in January. They'll take the whole month off or several weeks off. This is a normal thing for YouTube. You know, you get burnt out or you just need a break. And that's what I thought was going on with my buddy, Kevin Van Voris in Texas. You know, I know he had come back and he was just saying he was going to do videos and stuff, and then he kind of just fell off for a little bit. Like, there was no videos, there was no nothing. You know, updates, just, you know, like regular fitness stuff on Instagram and stuff, but nothing, you know, crazy. Come to find out, his house gets raided by the Amarillo Police Department's SWAT team. No bullshit. Why? YouTube videos. No bullshit. Just YouTube videos. Now, Kevin, I guess, settled his issue, and I just watched this video today where I guess he's going to probation. I don't know all the terms or whatever it is that he did. I haven't had an opportunity to talk to him about it yet. But here's what I can tell you. You know, I even saw Street Speed talk about this yesterday in his video about, have we all like done a pull in the car? Have we all gone to Mexico, you know, on a closed course? Yes. What's crazy is that because Kevin lives in Amarillo, they automatically assume that the video that is posted takes place in Amarillo, and to be honest, there's really no way. I mean, I'm not giving anybody legal advice, but I can tell you this. I'm retired. I got time. In the event that some agency did decide that, some law enforcement agency did decide to charge me with street racing, which I don't do. I think my videos of me constantly being at the track and racing at the track are enough to show that. But in the event that some misguided department decided we're going to try to charge this guy with street racing, good fucking luck. Good luck with that shit. Because not only would I use every ounce of my resources to defend that and drag them out, I would immediately set up a super PAC. I would primary the friggin' DA. I don't care what party they're from. And I would make life a living hell for that department. There would be First Amendment audits going on all over their shit. Like, I would pay for some of the best First Amendment auditors on YouTube to come in. Like, this is the kind of shit. And I'm not saying that Kevin should have done this. Obviously not. He's a pillar of his fucking community. When I mean a pillar, I mean the dude does charity. Like, this is why I couldn't believe that they had the balls to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane. I'm just saying, for me, and it's kind of a PSA for you if you do YouTube videos, that if you post any content, if you've ever posted a video and your speedometer is over whatever the legal posted speed limit is, this is setting a precedent that departments can go back years. Let me say that again, years. The videos that they charged Kevin with were, how do we say this? OAF, all right? Old as F. All right, they were old ass videos, and it blows my mind that, look, if you're a local department, and you guys know, like, I've recently done training for multiple police departments all over the country when it comes to how to prevent Mopar theft, what to look for as far as tools and methods. I've done that, and I'll continue to do that. The thing that drives me nuts is I can't believe somebody from the Amarillo Police Department or the DA's office, if they had a friggin' issue, didn't just call Kevin or go by his massive ass business in Amarillo that pays taxes in that city and say, hey, can we talk about these videos? You know, and then maybe even negotiate him paying a fine so they could say they did something. To waste the resources and put your officers' lives at risk, because, I'm not going to say I'm crazy or like I would do something wild, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like in the states that I've lived, so in North Carolina and South Carolina, you can resist with deadly force an unlawful arrest. Go look it up. It's a thing. So, has a citizen been successful doing that? There's been a few, not in recent history, but it is a thing. Look, my thing is this. Why would you even put your officers at risk sending a SWAT team to somebody's house? For that, you're an idiot. Whatever official that did that in Amarillo is officially retarded, okay? And I made this offer, and I still stand on it. You know, should Kevin decide he wants to primary the DA or the one that decided to charge him, I'd be more than happy to do that. I'd more than happy to set up a super PAC or a campaign fund for anybody that would want to run against said district attorney, because if the district attorney is worried more about YouTube video, here's the thing. Let me be very clear. It's not like you went to an event, they were out on the street, and people were physically street racing. In that case, you got to hold that L, pay that fine, and accept that loss. I 100% get that. I want to park so I can actually get into this conversation. But, so here's the thing. I 100% get it, right? If you caught people on the street as a law enforcement agency and they're street racing, then you charge them, you do what you got to do. But to go back from somebody that did a pull in a car and charge them with street racing from a video from years ago, you're an idiot. And instead of you actually catching real criminals, which Amarillo does have a problem with, instead of you going after real criminals, and I'm talking about human traffickers, because guess what? You got them, all right? Drug kingpins or people that are moving serious weight through your city, because guess what? You got them, all right? Robbers, scammers. Go after some shit that's actually, go book some child molesters. Dealing with this shit and charging somebody like that, that's a pillar of your community, somebody that pays taxes and probably would have voted for you, you're a fucking idiot. Period. So, I stand on what I say on that, because I can tell you right now, where I live, if the new sheriff here or DA started going after YouTubers for clickbait content, that's the biggest issue. A lot of these things are titles to videos. No actual street racing is taking place. Period. None. Zero. None. Private property videos, things that are taking place on private property are 100%, let me be very clear, according to the law, not fucking street racing. So for me, it's just kind of like, okay, have you guys wasted enough time, or you act like you don't have actual crime to go after, that you have to now waste taxpayers' money, resources, put your officers' lives at risk for some bullshit? Have we already not seen what happens when you come to somebody's house like that with a SWAT team. I know, thank God, there's, you know, restrictions now on no-knock warrants and shit. Could you imagine what happened if you would have tried to kick the door off of something? Because I'm going to tell you, if you're not saying police, I'm going to be very honest with you. If you don't say police, and I don't know that's law enforcement coming through my door, somebody might not be going home that day to their family. And that's a sad, sad thing over titles in a YouTube video and videos that are years old. That was an asinine decision by your chief of police in Amarillo and an asinine decision by your district attorney. Period. End of story. I can say that. So, now I know you're going to say, TK, when's the next time you're going to Amarillo? Don't get it twisted. Petty Roosevelt could show up at any time. And like I said, I did make the offer and I stand on what I said. You know, I don't know when the DA is coming up for an election. I know election season's kind of over. But, you know, we got another one. You know, there's another November coming up next year. And then there's 2024. I have no problem fundraising, building money, you know, putting together a political PAC and putting a DA that wants to go after actual criminals in office in Amarillo. Because going after YouTubers for, let me say this again, titles and clickbait and shit that is happening on private property is a waste of taxpayers' money, resources, and you put your officers' lives at risk. That's an imbecile ass move. Period. That said, I don't think you're going to see that in other areas. Like I said, I know I saw Street Speed talk about this yesterday, and he got booked for driving a truck through a creek. Now, it's different, I guess, you know, if the EPA wants to come down on you. I know the Diesel brother has got nailed civilly for modifying trucks or whatever, right? There's different things when it comes to, like, environment laws and BS. It's another thing for you to go after somebody, and I'm going to say this again, people get tired of hearing this, and y'all can put it in the comments. Titles and clickbait thumbnails. Stop. You can't arrest people for a fucking title of a video. Here's the thing. That's like saying, yo, I am in Columbus, Ohio. And then the video goes and I'm doing donuts somewhere. No, you can't just go to somebody and charge them for that. That shit doesn't work. Now, some people, and look, and I get it. I can understand why Kevin wanted to get it over with and just, you know, move on with his life. I understand all that. I'm petty as fuck though. I wouldn't. I'd drag it out. I'd drag your shit out. I'd be doing press conferences and YouTube video. And you can try to gag order me if you want, and we'll fight that. And I would drag that shit out, and I would embarrass you publicly. Period. Because it would be literally like every time somebody got murdered in the city for some bullshit because you're not doing your job and you're more focused on this shit, I'd be there with a camera and a light, and I'd be asking hard questions. How did this happen? Wait a minute. You knew about this situation and this guy still died. Like, I would make life a living hell for you as a department and a district attorney's office. And unfortunately, I kind of feel like that's where we're at, because I've gone through this before, right? I've done this before in other cities. You guys know I lived in North Carolina, and I donated a shit ton of money by setting up a political action committee to unseat the DA in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County. And I know that they're actively pushing for that, and they're going to actively use that money for that purpose. Here's the thing. I couldn't accept, there's no way in hell I could accept anything for like a clickbait video. That'd be like me saying, oh my God, you know, like you've seen some of the videos, right? Like runs and drives. And they come to arrest me because the truck is actually crushed and it doesn't actually run and drive. We're arresting people for clickbait now? For real? Fuck, man. If that's the case, and you do YouTube, this whole shit might be over. You can't post TikToks. You can't post a TikTok that you can actually dance good and you look like a bum. Man, they might come arrest you. That was clickbait. That wasn't true. You know, like, it's just, and I know I'm being facetious and I'm being outrageous with it, but I gotta be honest. Like, this situation was seriously stupid. Really dumb. Such a waste of resources. And that's the biggest thing for me. You guys know I'm a financial dude, so, like, it's such a waste of money for the people in Amarillo that the people in Amarillo should be pissed. Pissed. We wasted. Now, just let me give you an example. You know how much money it costs? You want to take a guess? You want to know how much money it cost for them to send the SWAT team to Kevin's house to serve a warrant for shit that there was nothing happening there? They didn't leave with anything. They didn't take any evidence from said house. Nothing. It costs a shit ton of money. They got to get their armored vehicles and shit and all the other whoop-de-doo stupid shit. They got to roll down the street. They got to secure different areas so that people aren't rolling down the street and giving the people a heads up. All that shit. Waste of resources. When, you know, I would like to see the time that Kevin got arrested and see how many violent crimes happened in that time that you were searching that house and doing that bullshit. And I'd love to see if there were any murders or anybody died during that period, because that would fall solely on the district attorney and the chief of police, because you were wasting resources. Those police officers, not the SWAT team, but the other cops that were there, could have been patrolling or doing other things and keeping your citizens safe. Instead, we're dealing with clickbait, thumbnails, and YouTube videos. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. Said my piece on it. I mean what I say about it, though. You know, if Kevin's like, yeah, fuck it. Or there's somebody that wants to run for the district attorney's office in Amarillo, and you think that you'll go after actual criminals, hit me up. I'd love to start a political action committee there. And maybe it doesn't have to be just, I know there's multiple counties, I guess, in that little area. You know, I don't have a problem starting a political action committee in multiple counties there. I have no issue with that at all. And get people into the offices that are going to actually protect the citizens, not waste taxpayers' money, and go after actual crime. Oh, I guess I gotta say that my intro video was done on a closed course. Fucking stupid.